Solo Sikoa quits in frustration. The best and worst of WWE SmackDown. Nia Jax denies involvement in Jade Cargill's injury. John Cena's important reminder. Batista spotted with yet another new look. The WWE is concerned about Kevin Owens. Fatu and Chelsea Green attack a fan. Jimmy Uso, Tonga Loa, and Bronson Reed's injuries officially confirmed. Why Roman Reigns was absent from SmackDown. Let's dive right in. The best and worst of WWE SmackDown. Tonight's episode of SmackDown officially started the countdown to 2025. WWE made some big announcements on the show, with Raw's Netflix debut in mind. However, there was a lot that happened on the show as well. We saw a heel turn and a title change, while Kevin Owens made an appearance after the main event. Unfortunately, though, there was no Roman Reigns. So, let's get into SmackDown and see how they dealt with the fallout of Survivor Series War Games. Here are the biggest positives and negatives from tonight's episode. Number 1, best. The window is open for Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. The opening segment of SmackDown featured a huge announcement that will shape WWE for the coming year. Chad Gable and his American-made faction interrupted Cody Rhodes' promo, with their interaction eventually leading to a non-title match in the main event. However, the main reason for Gable being on the show was for discussions with Nick Aldis over a potential trade. A transfer window between Raw, SmackDown, and NXT has been opened ahead of the Red Brand's move to Netflix. This is much needed, as the rosters need a refresh for the big reset. This transfer window is good news for multiple WWE stars, including Chad Gable. American-made would benefit from a change in setting after losing their way on Monday Night Raw. The ex-Olympian took Cody Rhodes to his limit, suggesting he will taste success on Friday nights. Speaking of the American Nightmare, his show-closing brawl with Kevin Owens was electric. It remains to be seen, though, if his damaged ankle will play a part in next Saturday's undisputed WWE title match. Number 2, best and worst. Just EST things. Bianca Belair had an interesting night on SmackDown, and this is without the fact that her husband was attacked backstage. The EST of WWE vowed to find the person who attacked Jade Cargill 2 weeks ago, before being met by a temporary distraction. Piper Niven and Chelsea Green beat her down backstage, resulting in a match between Belair and the Scottish star. While Bianca was selling her injured ribs, she put on a gutsy performance. It ultimately ended with a KOD on Niven, as the EST stood tall on SmackDown. She continued her pursuit after the match, with Naomi by her side. Could she be the culprit? Meanwhile, as compelling as this story is, Bianca Belair shouldn't be holding the Women's Tag Team Championship right now. With Cargill out indefinitely, she should be forced to choose a new partner or be stripped of her title. Number 3, worst. War Games casualties. While we had an idea of some of the injuries suffered in the Bloodline War Games match at Survivor Series, the full extent wasn't known until SmackDown. Bronson Reed broke his ankle and will be out indefinitely, while Jimmy Uso's toe injury also puts his future in doubt. Meanwhile, Tonga Loa tore his bicep as well. This means 30% of all male War Games competitors got injured in the match. We didn't even get any follow-up from the OG Bloodline's point of view. Roman Reigns' absence was felt. Why wouldn't he show up after such a big win? Instead, Solo Sikoa and his Bloodline made a statement on SmackDown. They attacked Andrade and LA Knight when both stars came out to confront Shinsuke Nakamura. Solo has sent his message, but how will the OTC respond? We may have to wait another month for it. Number 4, best. Did it themselves. It finally happened. Johnny Gargano saw the light. He made the right choice for the future of his team with Tommaso Ciampa. After the Street Profits were attacked backstage, DIY conveniently arrived on the scene. Gargano and Ciampa replaced them and challenged the Motor City Machine Guns for the WWE Tag Team Championship. And as we saw, they won the titles after Johnny Wrestling turned heel and joined the Blackheart on the dark side. This is huge for DIY, who are infinitely more interesting as villains. They have wronged multiple teams, so the tag title scene will be busy for the foreseeable future. Naya Jax denies involvement in Jade Cargill's injury. Nia Jax isn't holding back as she addresses speculation about her involvement in Jade Cargill's recent injury. Following reports that the former AEW star is officially on WWE's internal injury list, Jax took to Twitter on December 7th to deny any role in the incident. I didn't touch her. She probably took herself out, off on another tropical vacation somewhere, Jax tweeted, leaving fans wondering if the comment was a storyline jab or just classic Naya attitude. Cargill's injury status has been the subject of much debate. Initially, fans speculated her absence was part of a storyline after a brutal attack on SmackDown. However, other reports, including comments from Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez, confirmed the injury as legitimate. While Meltzer suggested Cargill could be sidelined for up to 3 months, WWE has yet to officially comment comment on the situation. The timing couldn't be more intriguing, as rumors swirl about the fate of the women's tag team titles that Cargill holds alongside Bianca Belair. With her absence disrupting plans, Nia Jax's playful denial adds another layer to the drama. Could her tweet hint at a future confrontation, or is she simply fanning the flames of speculation? Fans are now left to speculate whether Jax's words are setting up a future storyline, or if she's simply stirring the pot. Either way, Jade Cargill's eventual return is shaping up to be a major moment for the WWE Women's Division. What do you think of Nia Jax's comments? Do you believe she's telling the truth? John Cena's important reminder. John Cena made it clear on Twitter that the 2025 WWE Elimination Chamber in Toronto will be his last time appearing at the iconic event. While already confirmed for the March 1st, 2025 show at the Rogers Center, Cena's tweet ensured no one would miss the significance of the night. Quote, tweeting WWE's announcement about ticket pre-sales, Cena wrote, "Toronto, I was lucky enough to stand in your ring to announce my retirement. I said I'd be back. This is it. The last time is now. I'm so excited to stand in your ring one last time. Do not miss it and looking forward to an unforgettable event." Fans know that Cena's 2025 retirement tour will mark the end of an era, and his statement underscores just how special this event will be. Toronto was the city where Cena made his retirement announcement earlier this year, making his return to the Rogers Center a full-circle moment for the 16-time world champion. The Elimination Chamber is set to be a major stop on the road to WrestleMania, but Cena's presence adds extra weight to the occasion. With his retirement looming, this will be the last chance to see Cena step into an Elimination Chamber match, giving fans a unique opportunity to witness a piece of WWE history. Triple H also highlighted the importance of returning to Canada for such a marquee event. Canada is an amazing place to host our biggest premium live events, with its passionate fans and rich history that spans decades. On the heels of a record-breaking Money in the Bank this past July, we are excited to return to Toronto for an even larger event in 2025, he said. Cena's reminder to fans ensures that everyone knows just how important this event is, not only for WWE, but for his storied career as well. Are you excited for John Cena's final Elimination Chamber appearance? Batista spotted with yet another new look. Batista is entering whole new dimensions for his roles, looking almost unrecognizable in pictures of his latest film. The star has taken on a new look right now. Batista has stepped away from wrestling and focused entirely on his acting career, quickly becoming one of the most praised names in Hollywood. He has also lost weight to suit his new roles, sharing pictures of the same earlier. The Last Showgirl Instagram account posted about Batista and his role as Eddie in the movie. They advertised that the film would be released on December 13th, for 1 week only at the AMC theaters in Century City and nationwide on January 10th. The one who keeps the razzle-dazzle going. Adave Batista is Eddie. Watch his touching performance in The Last Showgirl at AMC Theaters Century City on December 13th for 1 week only, and in theaters nationwide on January 10th. The wrestling legend's look with the long hair can be seen better in this alternate post that shows off how he will look in his new role with his long hair. The star is set to feature in a big way, as it appears now. While the star is done with wrestling and WWE, it's yet to be seen when he will be inducted into the Hall of Fame. The original time of his induction did not work out. The company will likely induct him in the coming years. Given his fame and good standing with the company, he is expected to headline one of the Hall of Fame ceremonies in the coming years and finally be inducted into the hallowed halls. Fans will be waiting to see who inducts him, but with Triple H as the leader of Evolution or John Cena as his famed rival, it could be anyone. The WWE is concerned about Kevin Owens. Tonight's episode of WWE SmackDown was a roller coaster for Kevin Owens. Initially advertised for a sit-down interview with Michael Cole, the prizefighter made the commentator come all the way to his car in the parking lot. It was less of an interview and more of an argument, as Owens refused to listen to whatever Cole was telling him. The segment ended with KO kicking the 55-year-old legend out of his car. WWE's official Instagram handle has posted a reel of that moment, with an interesting caption directed at the former Universal Champion. Kevin Owens was told by WWE on Instagram that he might need to self-reflect, following his actions toward Michael Cole. It seemed to come from a place of concern. Kevin Owens, it might be time for some self-reflection, they wrote. Of course, KO didn't heed this advice. He showed up in the arena at the end of SmackDown, attacking Cody Rhodes following his win over Chad Gable. The former Universal Champion took advantage of the American Nightmare's injured ankle before the two brawled violently all over ringside. It remains to be seen if this is a factor in their undisputed WWE Championship match at Saturday night's main event. Owens won't make the same mistake he made at Bash in Berlin, where he hesitated to attack Rhodes' injured knee. Jacob Fatu and Chelsea Green attack a fan. Jacob Fatu took a shot at a fan this week on WWE SmackDown after he was insulted, and now Chelsea Green has done something similar. Things heated up this week on the show. Jacob Fatu was also heard addressing the friend of the same fan earlier. When he tried to berate Fatu, he got an explicit answer for his troubles. Fatu didn't hold back and took a shot at his mother. However, after Jacob Fatu, when talking with Chelsea Green, the fan who had posted his friend's interaction with Fatu was not trying to criticize her, but asked her if she was okay after taking a beating at the hands of Bianca Belair. Unfortunately for the fan, the recently destroyed Green, who was still collecting her shoes, was less than amused. She immediately let him know that she was not going to have it with a harsh, "What do you think?" question. Instead, those around him laughed at the fan. When the fan later tweeted at Chelsea Green, the star responded on X as well. "Don't ask stupid questions." It remains to be seen what's next with Green, with Piper Niven losing the match against Bianca Belair. Also, with Belair unable to defend the tag titles alone, fans will have to wait and see if she's stripped of the title or gets another partner. Jimmy Uso, Tonga Loa, and Bronson Reed's injuries officially confirmed. WWE has officially confirmed 3 WWE superstars, including Jimmy Uso, and Tonga Loa have suffered injuries. The announcement was made on SmackDown, and the stars are out of action indefinitely. Several stars were confirmed to have suffered serious injuries by Michael Cole on WWE SmackDown. The stars were all part of the Survivor Series War Games match, where Jimmy Uso's team was able to win the match. However, he was injured, as were Tonga Loa and Bronson Reed. The injuries have now been confirmed by Michael Cole during SmackDown. As the show started, Michael Cole announced that Jimmy had suffered a broken toe and would be out indefinitely. He went on to say that Bronson Reed had suffered a broken foot after his jump off the top of the cage and was out as well. Finally, Tonga Loa suffered a torn bicep, as a result of which he would be out indefinitely as well. With 3 stars injured, it leaves the Bloodline 2 men short, and the OG Bloodline also missing Jimmy. It remains to be seen when they will be able to return, and if Bronson Reed will continue to be involved with the Bloodline when he finally returns to the ring or not. Why Roman Reigns was absent from SmackDown. The latest episode of WWE SmackDown has concluded, and Roman Reigns' notable absence was one of the biggest surprises. The original Tribal Chief did not appear on the show, despite this SmackDown being the fallout episode of Survivor Series War Games 2024. Let's explore reasons why Roman Reigns was absent from WWE SmackDown this week. One potential reason for Roman Reigns' absence from SmackDown could be his possible move to Raw ahead of its Netflix debut. Starting January 6, 2025, Monday Night Raw will transition to Netflix, and during the recent SmackDown episode, a transfer window for superstars was announced. This seems similar to WWE's Superstar Shakeup, where Raw and SmackDown stars switched brands. Roman's absence tonight on the blue brand might be a subtle hint at his impending move to the red brand. This could explain why he did not appear on SmackDown this week. Earlier, the OTC was advertised for the upcoming Saturday night's main event, but was later pulled from the show. This suggests that the Stamford-based promotion might have written Roman off television for the time being. As a result, the head of the table was absent from SmackDown this week. Now, the original Tribal Chief could make a one-time appearance on Raw's Netflix debut or another major show, where his next direction in the Bloodline saga might be revealed. The head of the table defeated Solo Sikoa's Bloodline at Survivor Series War Games. However, the OTC's absence afterward could be due to WWE not yet having concrete plans for Roman Reigns' next storyline. To figure out those plans, it's possible the Stamford-based promotion decided not to have Roman appear on the recent show. This buys WWE some time to plan his booking for the coming weeks. Additionally, the former undisputed WWE Universal Champion is not scheduled for the upcoming Saturday night's main event either. This could explain why WWE didn't see the need for his appearance this week. It's also worth noting that the OTC is not currently advertised for any upcoming shows. This could hint that WWE either has no immediate plans for him or is preparing for a surprise return. The original Tribal Chief could make a dramatic comeback on Raw's Netflix debut show, setting the stage for his next chapter. Solo Sikoa quits in frustration. The latest edition of WWE SmackDown came to an end with many surprises unfolding on the show. One of the major surprises was DIY turning heel and dethroning the Motor City Machine Guns as the WWE Tag Team Champions. Not only that, but it also seems like WWE hinted that Solo Sikoa might quit SmackDown in frustration and move to Raw soon. During the recent show, the self-proclaimed Tribal Chief made his appearance along with Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga. Before this, fans were witness to a backstage altercation where the new Bloodline tried to decimate everyone, including Apollo Crews and security personnel. While cutting a promo in the ring after attacking LA Knight and Andrade, Sikoa emphasized his frustration over being treated like a joke. The new Bloodline leader stated that while nobody was apparently taking him seriously, he was still the tribal chief of everyone. As a result of this frustration, Solo might soon opt to leave WWE SmackDown and move to Raw after its debut on Netflix. The rationale behind Sikoa's decision could be to move to a bigger show, as he wants to showcase to the world that he isn't a joke. This is why Solo might affirm to move to a bigger stage, which will eventually be the Red brand after its debut on Netflix. Additionally, the company has announced a transfer window, where Raw, SmackDown, and NXT stars are expected to switch brands ahead of Raw's Netflix debut. This could be similar to the Superstar shakeup. This transfer window also makes it a realistic possibility that Solo Sikoa could quit the Blue brand and move to Raw. Meanwhile, not only Solo Sikoa but another Bloodline member, Roman Reigns, is also expected to move to Raw in 2025. However, there is no official confirmation yet, but his absence from recent SmackDowns fuels this speculation. It remains to be seen how the Bloodline saga will progress, especially with Solo Sikoa's frustration with how fans perceive him.